And good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to talk to you today about the overlapping crisis in the European space of flows. Space of flows investigated under the project ESPON IRiE, and what I'm trying to do is to prepare the thesis that the situation of regions is determined, the geographical region is determined by the overlapping crisis, not one crisis, not just the climate crisis, but overlapping crisis over there. And of course, why crisis in space of flows? Because it's crucial to know the position of region in the international space of flows, cluster space of flows, and it's also important to analyze flows and to analyze the regional and local level according to the place-based approach, so-called Fabrizio Barca place-based theory approach. So what we were trying to do in ESPON IRiE project, led by Nasu Vinca company from space, is to analyze the matrices of different types of flows, matrices of 298 NUTS2 regions in Europe in the period 2010-2018, as well as to test some scenarios, test using some set of methods, including input-output analysis, and those are the external shocks, but also some policies. And Green Deal policy was one of them, which we were trying to analyze. And coming to the synthetic results, this is a synthetic indicator based on different types of flows in Europe, people, migration, tourism, FDI, export, import, and transport. Those are, of course, concentrated in the western part of continent. However, some of them are also in the other places, so-called gates, and we are looking at the situation in regional level. The east central part of Europe is the place where the intensity of flows are growing very, very fast, and this is what you can see as a red color on the last map. And at the same time, very briefly about the European Green Deal, which is the huge policy, European policy to achieve the climate neutrality and zero pollution Europe. And the energy sector is, of course, one of the most important, as well as transport. And what we are trying to assess, it is that some sectors of economy are turned off. And in that same case, the other, which is the renewable energy, are growing with the same balance, energetical balance as we have now. And that's what be the regional effects based on the input-output analysis. It is, of course, very positive in case of the greenhouse gas emission, however, but still not equal, very different in different parts of Europe. These differences are at the level of 50% even. But on the other hand, if you are looking at the situation, the GDP growth, value-added, and as well as employment, this red color means that there are places where these effects are negative. So this is some kind of threat of economy, but only in the very particular regions. Sometimes, however, very geographically distant from the places where the coal industry or coal-based energy was developed. So it's not so clear as we could assess at the beginning. At the same time, we have some different crises, and this is an example of the regional differences of the economic effect of the Russian aggression against Ukraine. In European level, the East Central European countries are more affected. But if we zoom in and go in deep, this is the case of Poland, then we have, even on the very local level, find the places where these effects were very, very bad. So, if we compare in that kind three different crises, aggression, European Green Deal, COVID, that we could find the mosaic situation where the particular region could be affected by all of them, which is the real threats. And that brings us to the conclusion that, of course, this overlapping crisis put the situation when we have the very strong territorial dimension in terms of the real impact of Green Europe objectives, and that means that we also should create some innovative tools from the point of view of the public intervention over there. Thank you so much for your attention.